Trail, accused of killing Sydney Loof, was again not present today for his own murder trial.
But jurors did listen to a recorded interview that you just saw a part of. He did it with 2 FBI agents. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Joe Harris has more in our top story tonight. Joe?
Rod and Megan, the interview was done with Trail last year. They were asking him how Sydney died, what he did with her body, and why. Aubrey Trail, who's accused of killing Lincoln woman Sydney Loof, did not show up to his murder trial Friday. He hasn't been seen in the courtroom since slicing his throat earlier in the week. But the prosecution continued presenting their case, which included a 3-hour video of an interview FBI investigators did with Trail in June of 2018.
There was strangulation involved. It was not supposed to go as far as it did, but it did.
In it, Trail tells agents what he's long claimed. Sydney was killed by accident while acting out a sexual fantasy with Trail and 2 other women, and that he cut up her body because it wouldn't have otherwise fit in his car's trunk. But when talking about disposing of Sydney's remains, he says they did so in a way that would give her some type of reincarnation.
She was laid as she was because we believe in that position, and because of what's missing from her, that she will come back quicker. Okay.
As far as Bailey Boswell's part in the ordeal, Trail tells them she wasn't in the room when Sydney died, and that he got Boswell to drive the car while dumping Sydney's remains so she would be tied to the crime and give her incentive to not tell police what happened. Video was also shown of Sydney Loof on the last day anyone heard from her. An investigator identifies Sydney in surveillance from November 15, 2017, walking into Menards to begin her shift. He also identifies Aubrey Trail walking into the store just minutes later. Another video angle shows Trail getting a glance at Sydney when their paths almost cross.
What I see is Sydney, she's moving south down the sidewalk. Mr. Trail is moving through the store, and he looks over his shoulder and he starts to reach into his pocket.
Franken says phone records indicate that Trail had called Boswell around that time. Prosecutors say Trail and Boswell killed her that night. They say they became acquainted through a Tinder date. Now the trial continues next week, and we'll see what else comes out of this case when it resumes Monday.
All right. Thank you, Joe, for the coverage tonight.